Get ready for one of the most astonishing review videos of my life. I'm going to be reviewing golf clubs from a company that has a storied history with 59 major championship wins. McGregor Golf is back. These MACSPD irons are literally the straightest clubs I've ever hit in my life. It's incredible. Hey guys, I'm here to tell you today about these new MACSPD irons, and I'm going to give you a full review of them. But in a nutshell, I'm telling you, these are players' distance irons, so they're really long. They won the most accurate award last year from MyGolfSpy. These freaking things are the most accurate clubs I've ever hit. They don't curve, and I'm hitting more greens than I've ever hit. My last 3 rounds of golf, I've hit 13, 14, and 15 greens in regulation. It's kind of crazy to me. In fact, when I'm trying to curve it, it's a strange thing. I can't curve it that much. The ball just wants to go straight. And they're super duper affordable. They're not cheap, they're affordable because this is a direct-to-consumer brand, so they don't spend money on advertising and they don't put them in big box stores where there's a middleman that marks them up. This makes them about half as much as a regular set of irons you would buy in, say, a Golf Galaxy. These are only $499 for a set of 5-iron through pitching wedge. And if you use my code ClassicSwing, you get another 10% off. So definitely, guys, you got to check out these MACSPD irons. They're super solid, very straight, and very affordable. Now I'm going to take you out to the course. I'm going to show you how they perform. All right, guys, I am super duper excited to see what is inside of this box. Now, I have been in need of new irons. I cracked my 7-iron, and sure enough, some of my friends, Simon and James, sent me a new set of irons. Now, I want to open this up and tell you all about them. I can't wait to see what's in this box. So, I've been working with Sports Brands Incorporated, and they have revived all the classic golf swing brands like McGregor, Ram, and Hogan. So I'm excited to see what is in this box. Oh boy. So guys, the new MACSPD irons look super sleek and sexy. I can't wait to take these out to the golf course to try them out. Now what I want to do is test these out completely. Hit them on the range, get numbers for them, and see how they stack up against my other irons. But these clubs are beautiful, they're sleek, the performance is very highly rated, so I can't wait to try them out myself, and I'll let you know what their performance characteristics are like for the new MACSPD irons. All right, guys, I'm excited to be down here at the Trophy Club. I've got my pitching wedge here from the MACSPD McGregor line. I'm going to be giving this a try and testing all my irons to check out the distances and the accuracy. Now these clubs, they got rated very high for accuracy, so I'm very curious to see if that can help me hit the ball straighter. So we're going to see what we've got today. So that's a 144 carry with this pitching wedge, which is a very big pitch. Is this? I had to check and see if it was the pitching wedge. So these clubs are the new category. They're players' distance irons. And you can see I hit a nice little fade out there. It was just 2 yards to the left of my target. And that is an eye-opener. So, okay, that felt really good. I'm hitting this little butter cut out there. 149.9. That seems just crazy. And now I've got my 9-iron. Let's see if these numbers stay consistent. All right, so that was 159.6. Okay, that was 156 carry. I'm basically starting it straight down my target line and cutting it back. Okay, now we got our 8-iron. Curious to see what these numbers are today. Little fade off my target line, 170 yards. That was a nice bullet. 168, 1.5 yards to the right of my target. That is a dart. Again, that's 168.6 with an 8-iron, ball flying very straight and consistent. Okay, so I've made these videos about these players' distance irons, and the lofts are much stronger than traditional lofts. But the question is, can you progressively go through the set and not have big gaps? Okay, that was a good swing right there. Okay, that is 173 carry, 3.5 yards offline. That is a very fine shot in my book. Okay, that's 174. That was a shot I like right there. Woo! 190 carry, 3.5 yards off my target line. I'm starting to become a believer. That felt so good. That felt so good. So this is my 7-iron. 197 carry, I'm ignoring that total. Now I have my MACSPD 6-iron. Let's see what kind of numbers we get in here. Normally on the course, I play my 6-iron about 185, and that's my smooth swing, so I'm pretty loose now, so let's see what kind of numbers we get. That felt like a great shot. 190, 1 yard left of my target line. Cutting right back on line. 193.7, 0.9 yards offline. Wow, less than a yard from my target. That's incredible. 195. I have the True Temper Dynamic Gold S300 shafts in here. I think that's on the money. 195.8, 2.5 yards right. These are remarkably consistent. I've never hit the ball this consistent, just that same little butter cut every single time. So right now I'm really pretty blown away. Okay, that was 199 yards, and that's a beautiful little fade, basically a 200-yard fade with my 6-iron. So let's look at these numbers. So if you're new to the player's distance category, these are the clubs that have the lofts cranked down because they've moved the center of gravity so low. Now, what that winds up giving you is more distance, but hitting the same apexes. So you end up hitting these clubs like 2 clubs longer than a blade style iron. So here I'm hitting all my clubs from pitching wedge down through my 5-iron. And I keep getting this very gentle butter cut. And it's just a wonderful, wonderful shot. And the thing that's crazy about it is if I was hitting these balls with my other clubs, I'd be hitting fades, but they would be curving more. And that's the craziest thing about these irons that I'm so surprised about. So like here's a Stinger 5-iron, and it just is on a rope. I've never hit clubs like this. So obviously I want to play, so I went to Grapevine Golf Course where I teach at, and I wanted to test them out on the golf course to see what the yardages are, etc. So this next shot is a 9-iron over a tree, okay? and I just hit this lovely dart right at the pin. And these clubs, they're very long. They're not quite as long as they seem to be in the simulator, but they allow me to hit these shots that they're just dead straight. So this is a 4-iron that once again just flew perfectly straight. And the bottom line is, these things, they just don't want to curve. I'm laughing here because I'm trying to hit this punch draw under this tree, and the ball just doesn't want to move, and it's just funny to me. But these are easily the straightest golf clubs I've ever hit in my life, and I don't think I've played these kind of irons before, because apparently these irons are on the end of the spectrum that are player's distance, but towards that game improvement side with the super high MOI. And so this is new to me, but I'm honest when I'm telling you that they're the straightest irons I've ever hit, which is in tune with why MyGolfSpy would rate them the most accurate player's distance iron of 2024. So I highly recommend you check them out. If you're looking for irons, you get 10% off with my code Classic Swing. So that means you can basically get a set of irons, pitching wedge through 5-iron, for $450. I mean, it's crazy. So I definitely recommend MACSPD irons from McGregor.